but I've got a bit of a long day tomorrow. I'm off back to Brighton to pick up those nutty 7 ladies that I took down there. And they probably will all be fast asleep by then, no doubt. Used all their energy on having a good time. And what did I do today? I went to the pub to see a dear friend of mine who's a bit down on his uppers, and we attempted to cheer him up, so to speak. And I think we achieved what we set out to do. Trouble is, I'm not used to a visit to the pub in the middle of the afternoon, and I've ended up having a nice kip, but never you mind. Hello, Julie Keys, good to see you. JPW, Julie Baldwin as well, good to see you. I hope you've all had a good Saturday. Mine involved a kick around on the green, 3 pints of cider, 3 squid rings, 2 king prawns and half a bowl of chips. Hello, Gary Moore, Bloodnose and Lorna Mackenzie, good to see you. Hope you're all okay. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday night. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday and the regular crowd shuffles in. Hello, John Harris, good to see you. And Mark Campson as well. Greetings from Bletchley. No, I didn't watch the rugby, Peter Lombard. I was probably down the boozer at the time. There's an old man sitting next to me making love to his tonic and gin. You knew where I was going with that, blood nose. Here's Zulu, evening to you. Good to see you. Cheryl, hello. Trevor Moir, hello to you. And Harry Harlow too. Hannah Perkins, Chrissy Williams, you're all here. That's excellent. I've drunk 6 glasses of Canadian premium vodka. That's Julie Baldwin. Okay, were they straight ones or did you mix them with something? More importantly, how pissed are you? All right, you lot. I was 10 seconds onto the ace of spades when I got the notification. Lovely. Cheers, Cosmic Wartoad. Wales lost once again from Cardiff. Hello, Mike Alligators. Certainly okay. Been out this afternoon, couple of pints. Stink Pooter. Is Putin trying to copy Trump's rallies? Well, it looked like it, didn't it? But from what I understand, he got cut off mid-flow. Hi from County Donegal, Ireland. That's Mr. Joku 9999. Good to see you. The weather in that video earlier looked fantastic, John Harris says. Yeah, it's wonderful. The pub I went to is literally right on the seafront. It was a little bit breezy, but we thought, you know, the sea air and everything would do my mate the world a good, cheer him up, so we got him down there. Straight and stone cold sober. What a shame. John Jones, hi Andy, Lovedale, Aberystwyth on west of Wales. In Ipswich yesterday, a lot of people were celebrating St Patrick's Day. Yeah, that's probably one of the best booze-ups I've ever had, St Patrick's Day. I remember it well. Well, some of the evening may have been a bit foggy in my memory after a few Jamesons and whatever else, but certainly was a good evening. Hello, Heisenberg, good to see you. PJ Mosley as well. And Alan Pape, good to see you. Lorna Mackenzie, that was so nice of you to take your mate to the pub. Had to be done. The thing is, it was his son who contacted me and we were plotting. And I spoke to my mate a couple of days ago and I said, oh, I don't know when I'm going to see you next. We'll have to sort something out, and I already knew he was going to. Sharon Shooter, evening to you. Where are we? England just scored a try. So it's the French 18-13 now, the latest. Okay, Cosmic Wartoad. I paid $6.50 for a pint of acai this afternoon. It's Japanese lager. I had this house cider that they had down there, and it was a $5 a pint. I nearly fell over with shock. I can't remember last time I went in a pub in an afternoon and had a couple. Very nice, I must say. I've woken up with a bit of a cough. It's not the old woo flu. I know that much. Keith James, good evening to you. Hope you're all right. Here, look, there's lights. There's a car coming down the road. Gives me a bit of extra illumination and you can see me. I noticed some people commenting about me being out of breath and rather unfit. Guess what? You were right. Sand Dancer, hi Andy, Ireland to win. Tippy Tappy Man's here. Hello Geezer to you as well. And Shushy Shushy and all that. Glad you're here. Alan Pape, hi Andy from Chester, good to see you. Dave Bryan, evening all. Zulu, Alan, how are you? Hope you're well in lovely Chester. And Julie saying, hit the like guys and let's race to 50. Yeah, we always do good with them likes in these chats. It's pretty good. Got stung by a bee. 10 quid for a jar of honey. On a serious note, everything's going up, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Daphne Lynch, good evening to you. And Gary Thornbury, hello to you. Hope you're all right. Hello Andy and everyone. That's all good. We're all here. Tippy Tappy Man, now going to KFC for a shushy shushy fillet burger. Definitely shushy shushy. I wouldn't tell everybody. Ministry of Sound in London, $11.50 for a vodka and mixer. Cheaper than Pasha and Ibiza, 35 quid for a vodka. They do fill the glass to the top though. Do you know where my eldest son is right now? Leicester Square. Yes, he disappeared this morning and said he was going to London to watch one of his friends play football. And we've not seen him since. And he made contact with us and told us he's in Leicester Square. So he's doing his own thing. I think he likes it uptown. Hi Andy from Ireland. How do you think Ukraine will pan out, Mikey K? I have absolutely no idea right now, to be quite honest. I'm just trying to follow the propaganda and make sense of it. And trying to spot the deep fakes and what's truth and what's fiction, and it's absolutely nuts. I think Putin is in all sorts of shit, and I think the conclusion of it will depend on what path he takes out, or the path someone takes out for him. He's got to try and get out of it and save face in front of his own people. Otherwise, I think it'll be end of days for him rather than everybody else. But we'll have to see. Andy, when you're not working, go for long walks. Helps with your fitness, Dantini. I try to do it. I don't do it anywhere near as much as I should do. And I've you know, as people know, I've started going to martial arts again, but I've really got to try and sort it out. Hello, Healing Vibrations. Good to see you. Daphne Lynch. Andy, do you like a good old hot cross bun? Oh, I love hot cross buns, Daphne. You've tickled my taste buds there with that line, I have to tell you. John Harris, why is a non-alcoholic lager more expensive? I have no idea. That always used to be the case. Non-alcoholic stuff used to be more pricey. I mean, you could have a pint of Coke and a pint of lager and there wouldn't be much in it. Stop eating pork chops, Andy. It's all those bags of pork scratchings, isn't it? Did anyone see the completely ridiculous fashion statement floral outfit Hamilton wore? I literally saw that on the news as I came out. I couldn't believe my eyes. It looked like my nan's old curtains and half a trouser leg stitched on for good measure. It's nuts. Andy, get yourself a kettlebell. It'll help your martial arts as well as your general fitness. Yeah, I've got what do you call a long one? Barbell. I've got one of them indoors, but I understand kettlebells are better. I have to try and get hold of one. What does everyone think about David Cameron driving a 7.5-ton lorry to Poland with supplies for the Ukrainians? That's quite extraordinary, isn't it, really? A Prime Minister driving anything to anywhere for anybody. And I don't know what the game is there. I believe he's been helping out with some kind of food thing. food bank, it looked like. I forget what he called it, but yeah, I mean, if he is, good luck to him, but I was quite taken aback, I have to say. That's part of why he's doing it. He can't afford to lose face. You've got to get close to Putin to take him out, and then you've got to get away and out of the country safely. Yeah, he's probably got a human-sized amount of barbed wire around him, hasn't he, to get through. Andy, if your cab breaks down on a trip to, let's say, Gatwick, do you have a backup plan with other taxi firms? I sure do, Air Zulu, and thankfully, fingers crossed, I've only ever had to exercise it twice. I literally phone every single cab driver I know and see where they are, and hopefully one of them can intercept me and take my passengers. And if that fails, I have a couple of backup phone numbers in my phone of cab drivers locally, reasonably locally to each one, that I can ring and get one of their drivers to come and take my passengers the rest of the way. I've only ever had to instigate that the once, but my priority is always passengers, then me. So once I've got them sorted out, I get my own backside out of there. Yes, Cosmic Wartoad, you're right. It's all about inner circles, you see. Alan Edge, did you see Boris, or the picture of Boris, jogging on Blackpool Beach? I certainly did. I wonder if there was a Greggs or something out of focus that he was aiming for. I love all these stage publicity shots, you know. Do they think we're fucking stupid or something? It's crazy. See you in a bit, folks, Tippy Tappy Man says. All right, see you in a bit. It was his pals like George Osborne that went on holiday with oligarchs. Yeah, that's right. David L, all right, Andy, hello to you. Good to see you. Drift Wannabe, Alpha claims car hire. Get you a replacement car within an hour. Okay. Welcome to the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, everybody. Good to see you all. If you haven't done so already, please give the thumbs up a hit. That'll help the algorithm with the old chatteroony. And if you're new here and you've only just started watching, please consider subscribing as well. I see that we've broke 29,400 subscribers again, which is good. We were dropping a little bit. It goes in funny waves like that. It misbehaves for a little while and then comes back. So not too bad. Good evening, John H. Good to see you. Hope you're all right. Alan Page, I disagree. There should be trans competitions. Then if Thomas certainly has an advantage over the natural born women. Yeah, I mean, this trans thing is a bloody dodgy area, isn't it? At the end of the day, everyone has a right to compete, but a trans shouldn't really be in a swimming pool with a load of women that they're quite obviously going to leave behind because of the difference in physical strength and everything else. If you want trans athletes, have trans competition, a trans, category, and leave it there. It's not fair on, the other people, is it? PJ Mosley, does anyone think Putin has been poisoned with Novichok? I haven't even considered that. I really don't know. Do you have a two-way radio in your vehicle? No, I don't, Mark Hampson. I drove a vehicle once that had a radio, and the antenna on the head office wasn't high enough, so we kept losing reception every time we drove too far into town, which always used to be quite interesting. My dad says he prefers to deal with what is without the media input, as he doesn't want people giving him pity over me. Okay. Alan Edge and France will beat England. I got 2 bags of chicken thighs from Tesco's hot food to go section this afternoon. It's better than a McDonald's. Well, I don't take a lot of beating, does it really? Christine Ayres, hello, good to see you. Yeah, I'm not knocking at all, Christine. Of course I'm not. I just, don't like the whole unfair advantage that can create in certain categories of competition. I just believe that it should all be done fairly. it's just all about competitive advantage. I just don't think it's very fair on the others. And of course, there's been a big hoo-ha about it. It always kicks off. It always does. Christine, it's good to see you. I was trying to defend trans people. Yeah, got a complete and utter right to, compete the same as everyone else. I just don't think that it's very, very fair the way it's being done right now. But I'm sure the solution will be reached at some point. We had this with the trans weightlifter from New Zealand, didn't we? There was a lot of fuss over that as well. So it's always going to rear its head. Always. Hello, Dave. Good to see you. Christine Ayres, I'm just saying, Leah Thomas is built like a barn door. I don't give a fig about people's sexuality, but it was very unfair. That's honesty and truth. Do you think Ukraine will turn into another Vietnam for Russia? Or their second Afghanistan, one of the two. Harry Harlow, how many cans of cider have you got stashed away? I haven't got any tonight. I'm off to work kind of early hours, so I couldn't really stash anything away. I'd get in all sorts of trouble. I dare you to call one in the freezer and see what Miss Gabby says. She finds it first. No, there's no more cider in the house at the moment, I can guarantee you. Why do people think Putin's been poisoned with Novichok? Have I missed something? I really don't know. It might have been his physical condition or something. I really don't know. Daddy is struggling with things worse than me, but he's doing okay. Yet more dead than alive to me. Reinsurance and thinks this is funny. It's my way of coping. Christine Ayres, all good, and trust me, a genetic female could easily outswim me or outrun me, as I'm not exactly Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. Mind you, judging my performance walking home from the pub as well, earlier on, a genetic male could outstrip me, probably reach the top of the road a month before I do. Paul, what's that? Paul Shawlanot Smith, good evening to you. Took me a while to say the middle bit of your screen name then. Christine Ayres, hello my friend. Do sports for trans and it's fair. Christine Ayres, yeah, I've seen that person. He, she, looks like a man to me. And maybe doing it just to win medals the easier way. Well, I saw the replay at the end of the swim, and, they were miles ahead, miles. Dino Essex, am I still shadow banned on YouTube? I have no idea, but I just saw that one just then coming. So you are there in one fashion. Zena W, good evening to you. Hope you're all right. I'm surprised they haven't used the Ukraine situation as an exercise, as an excuse for another Rambo film, or had him taking on the Chinese. That's Cosmic Wartoad. I never saw the last Rambo film, the most recent one. I understand from reviews that I read it was just a blood-curdling mess. And I also heard a rumour there may be another one. I don't know whether there will be. I mean, how long can Sylvester Stallone keep that kind of thing up? I don't know. I think I read a thing the other day that he's had to have a lot of operations over the years to fix bits of himself after what's going on. Hello, Tony from Hawley. Good to see you. I'm on my way to Brighton tomorrow, so I'll be driving through your neck of the woods. Alan Edge, yellow and blue cosmonauts. Yes, I did see that. And when asked about whether they were supporting Ukraine, what did they say? No, yet. We just had a lot of yellow cloth left over we had to use. Oh, yes, okay. I've shown my daddy and mummy and brothers reruns of your lives. Okay. Christine Ayres, I'm useless at sport. I'm okay at netball. When I was a boy, I was so useless at football, they put me with the girls playing netball, as I did look femme as a kid. fate it was. They always used to put me in defence, so I didn't have to mess up at the front too much. And I always remember, I mean, I wasn't very, athletic as a kid. I think it was more I couldn't be asked. And what actually happened about 2 weeks before I was due to leave school forever, I came third in the 800 metres. And my PE teacher said, "Why didn't you do that years ago?" He was absolutely gobsmacked. Cosmic War Toad, Rambo, keep going for as long as USA, keep deciding which countries are their enemies. And Harry saw him on the telly the other day, he looks 90. Let himself go a bit. I worked in a bar in Brighton named the Bat and Ball. Okay, Dino. There was loads of stuff down there. I wanted to park up and go and have a quick mooch about before I drove back, but there was just nowhere. Kirky Bailey, that's right, milling. I've heard all about that. I think my old man did that in his army training. Chrissy Williams. Hi Lorna, I'm proud of Caitlin speaking out. People are too scared to say anything. John Harris, Andy, was you ever in the army? No, I was an air cadet. That's about as close to the military as I ever got. My dad was in the army, both my granddads were in the army, and a couple of generations before that. I wanted to join the Air Force, but what I wanted to do was fly, because I used to go flying in the Air Cadets, and I got the bug. But the problem is I didn't have a degree or anything else. And I was like, well, you took Barda, didn't you? And he didn't have any legs. I don't think they like that one very much. But short-sighted teenagers, as I was at the time, I went away to get the qualifications and that. And what I didn't realise was I could have easily got in on this list they gave me and build myself up, because there was the opportunity to progress, but I didn't see that at the time. Hollywood keeps trying to make money on sure things. Some of these sure things need leaving alone. There's a lot of remakes that come up. And I think, no, don't do it. Helium Vibrations. Chrissy Williams, my daughter lives in Brighton. I go there raving sometimes. Okay. I watched a funny old film today, Sunset Boulevard it's called. Crazy, they had a funeral for an ape in the movie. Totally crazy. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen that one. Tony says park in the marina. Okay. I was a space cadet. That's what the rock apes called us. Excellent. Where's Jean tonight? Andy's mum. I know she was out this afternoon with some friends for lunch. So that might be why, or she might not be expecting me here, or I don't know. Dino, you behave yourself. Hello, Daphne Lynch. Jim Davison does a lot of work with the veterans. He certainly does, and deserves a shout out for that every time. Speaking of my mum, she's here. How very coincidental, you were just mentioned. Christine Ayres, yeah, Factual Breakdown is AWOL at the moment. What made you decide to become a taxi driver after you finished with computers? Mike Alligator says, well, that's quite a good question. What basically happened, the computer job that I did involved driving around companies all over Kent, providing IT support. And what took place when the company went bust, my skill set, what I did, I was a server and network engineer. I should have gone to London, and I didn't want to go. So then I thought, what else can I do? Oh, I like driving. I'll get a driving job. I ended up being a taxi driver, and I've been doing it ever since. 10 years, man and boy. So there you go. Jean Whitehead. Hi, Christine Ayres. She's jumped on the chat. Mum, I hope you had a good lunch or whatever it was. I saw Kev this afternoon. Met him at the pub with his boy. Had a couple of beers, and not used to an afternoon few snifters anymore. Evening, Andy. Is your taxi a diesel? Are you raising your prices? Yes and yes, Bob Davis. It is a diesel, and yes, I've had to raise them. I've just put them up by 10 quid across the board, everywhere done. And hopefully that'll absorb anything. IT people are meant to hate people. Yeah, it's a bit like those in their mother's back bedroom. We sit there tapping away and growl occasionally. Kirky Bailey, I upgraded a P75 to a P100. Yeah, I've done that sort of thing a few times. Harry Harlow, hi Andy. Why has your mum a different name to you? Well, she's Jean. No. Whitehead is my stepfather's name. My parents, my mum and dad, split up when I was about 5 years old, something like that. And my mum eventually remarried Barry Whitehead, who unfortunately is no longer with us, bless him. But that's where her name Whitehead comes from. And I'm the same name I was the day I was born, and the same one that I will have when I leave this earthly place. There you go. Can you use cheap veg oil and add it to your fuel mix, Andy? Somebody said to me the other day you can only do it on cars of a certain age that have got a certain aged fuel pump, otherwise you bugger the car up. That's what they said anyway. I'm not sure about that, but it's not something I ever wanted to try. But the way things are going, I might have to find alternative sources. How many Hackney cab drivers does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but he takes the long way round. There might be some truth in that. That's why I'm private hire. I can avoid all those jokes. How old was you when you left home? I was 18 when I left. I come back again when I was 20. I left again when I was 23, and I've not been back since. So kind of a double there. Lorna McKenzie. Oh no, Jason O'Brien. Can it run on a solar panel? I have no idea. No, I wouldn't use veg oil in this Drift Wannabe. No, that's right. I remember having a Renault Scenic as a cab, and one by one all of the fuel injectors went on that. And I had to replace them all, and that wasn't very nice on my pocket. I mean, the injectors themselves were cheap enough. It was just the configuration of them to go in the car that was the problem. Andy, the name Whitehead is penguin in Welsh, which translates to, in English, as the bird penguin. Oh, okay. There you go, Mum, you're a penguin. Dangerous late at night where I am, even in a posh town. That's Christine Ayres. Hi, Andy, you should write a book. It would be a big seller. Well, I've got a few stories I could tell. I have. Had a lovely lunch at Sandwich today. I was waiting for the live and fell asleep. Lucky I woke up in time to join in. Yeah, just after 9 o'clock I came on, Mum. I had a couple of hours kip when I got home from the boozer. Had dinner, doing this, and then I've got to go back again to bed because I'm on the road at 3 o'clock. I've got to take 3 people to Stansted, and then from Stansted I'm on my way to Brighton to pick up those 7 mad ladies from the other day. Yeah, what does blackhead translate to in Welsh? PJ Mosley's asking. That's an idea. Where are we? Pendu. Okay, so there you go. You got an answer. Pendu and penguin. So if you're a whitehead, you're a penguin, and if you're a blackhead, you're a pendu. Drift Wannabe, penguin translates to whitehead in English. What is an Irish name? And Wallace as Scottish means Welsh one. Kim Alliston, Chrissy Williams, agree with you completely. I used to have a control, and stepdaddy had no choice as a child. I will not let anyone control my life. You step parents, it can go one of two ways, can't it? You can either have have a bad one or have a good one. That's why they call them the wicked stepmother and things like that. But I've been more than lucky on both counts, I can assure you of that. The mother-in-law's not bad either. We had a company in South Africa called is that Sasol, that converted coal to car fuel. With the amount of coal pits available in the UK, coal available, why can't we manufacture fuel this way? I wonder if they've ever even thought of it, Air Zulu, to be honest. Sabrina, good evening to you. Great listening to you. Love from Sabrina and Mike in Bulgaria. Good to see you. Another person from foreign parts. It's nice that we're getting around, and welcome. Make sure you've subscribed if you haven't. No swearing in the chat, please. We want to keep this channel and not lose it. Well, I'm surprised the old Streamlabs hasn't woken up and bollocked them for it. Could they have tracks like the Dodgem cars on the fairgrounds, on the motorways, to power our cars? I saw that one with the lorries, actually, where they were talking about powering them from the overheads. That was the other thing. Putin's coming to Bulgaria. Oh, bless them. Where else we got? Nice to be missed. Yeah, a bit boring that YouTube dies list. What are you on about, Lorna? Edgar Lee, my friends brought his 3 stepdaughters up from children, and when one of them walked down the aisle, she chose her errant father to walk down the aisle. He was gutted. Yeah. Dino, there'll be too many dead crows with electric lines. Yeah, that's true. Kind of sends them nuts, doesn't it? Putin coming to all the old USSR countries. That's PJ Mosley. Yeah, I thought that's what he wanted, or that's what he envisaged, because he's very much a nationalist, isn't he? Andy, ask Alexa, what's this one? What is 100 and 100 and 100 and 100 and 100 and 100 in Welsh? Not around kids. I wonder. In Irish, black is dub. Kim Alliston, missed that one. Edgar Lee, it takes more than a genetic contrib to be a real parent. Yeah, I mean, they say, they got the old saying, blood's thicker than water, don't they? But I do wonder sometimes. Yes, I know it's rude, Dino. I can't remember the translation, but I do know it's rude. I've heard that before. Chris Edgar, so sad. Can't. Yeah. I figured it was something like that. Edgar Lee, true. Mark Keane, evening. Sorry I'm late. You're all right, no worries. Someone got recommended your live chat when it was over, and I replied that YouTube is a bit boring for that. Oh, okay, I'm with you. That didn't make any sense the first time round. My lovely hubby has a good stepfather. Blood is more viscous water. Helium, no matter what Putin does or says, he's dead, man. Yeah, you could be right there. I mean, he's massively screwed it up, hasn't he? Those hypersonic missiles worry me, as guess what? They are radar resistant. You can't track them, so if Putin wants, he can nuke the UK or USA without us even knowing until it's too late. Yeah, they've got a range of, what was it, 1,200 miles on them, and I think they got about, what was it that it said, 9,000 miles an hour, and you just can't catch them. Dagger missiles, they call them. Putin is overreaching with his army. They're poorly trained. Yeah, it's conscripts, a lot of them, isn't it? I mean, when we were at the pub this afternoon, my friend's son was showing me some video footage of Russian tank units getting blown to smithereens, and it's happening too much. If we have Nuremberg 2 for Putin, then we'll have to have it for Gates and Fauci too, etc. Where is that bastard anyway, Fauci? I've not seen him for a long time. He's swept under the carpet along with Sir Whitty and all those kinds of people. The only claim to have used one, but what we can't believe, in MSM. Yeah, I know they used it in Syria. I mean, if you read the BBC, they'll say it's never been used before. But if you read everywhere else, they've been used in Syria. So again, what's the truth? What is the truth? Kirky Bailey, the Putin gets what the Putin wants, going underground. Yes, I think he moved his family into an underground thing, so I was reading. I don't know what kind of underground thing that is. Andy the Gabby Cabby, my daddy is my stepdaddy, and as bad a parent as he is, has been my daddy since I was 5. Okay, well, when you're with a child for so long, you know, things like step disappear. I mean, I've got 3 sisters, but I'm an only child. And I say I've got 3 sisters. I don't say I've got 3 stepsisters, half sisters, or anything like that, because I've had 3 sisters for over 30 years. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not an only child. Never seen myself that way. That's the whole family dynamic again, isn't it? Chris, Jason, pity they don't go there anymore. Chemical and biological warfare been going on for centuries. Yeah, it has in one way or another. Just got more advanced at killing people. No, I haven't seen Jason Becker lately. He's come on a couple of times, but I haven't seen him since, Edgar. Not for a while. You do have your YouTube family too, mate. This is very true, Dino. Very true. And I appreciate every single one of you that come and have a natter with me every day. Over the last few days, a couple of weeks actually, the content's been a bit thin on the ground, but I make sure I do these daily chats. They're the most important thing, which everybody gathers for, and we can have a natter. Dr. Fauci reminds me of a designer name, but yeah, the guy's completely off the earth. Yeah, absolutely. Slim, hello to you. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Putin's back pocket change is £200 billion. I don't think he's bothered about cash. Yeah, what's the price of the ruble now? I mean, that's absolutely through the floor, isn't it? There we go. He was talking about death benefits for soldiers a couple of weeks back, and I worked out one of them was about 40 quid in our money. Christ, their economy really is on its arse. Absolutely is. Nuts. I don't know, Daphne Lynch. I mean, who thinks Trump will run again? I mean, surely will he do it, or is he too old by that point? What does everybody think of that? Yeah, Slurpy's not been around for a very long time, Chrissy. There's a whole group of people that haven't been around for a very long time, and seems to be that connection that they all left together as if they were one and the same person. It's very, very strange. They reckon Trump is good for his age. Yeah. I mean, compared with the current incumbent of the White House, it's not really a lot. He says he's going to be the 47th. He wasn't impeached, was he? Although they tried twice. There's nothing stopping him running again. Angus went to the groomers this morning. Okay. James O'Brien, something Trump should endorse a good candidate to take over. Russian, fighting in the shops. Yeah, they've all been panic buying, haven't they? All of the stuff that they're about to lose. PJ Mosley, so we can only do another 4 years. Yeah, it's 2 terms, isn't it? It's 4-year terms. And then that's it. I mean, that's where you know that Putin is a dictator. You know, he's been in for 20 years. I don't think any country should have someone in for 20 years. I think it's ridiculous. I heard that, Harry Harlow. Yeah, I don't get how they swerve the rules round and everything. Lorna McKenzie, I bet Trump's daughter will want to run. Who knows? Trump could run as a senator and become speaker. If he impeaches Biden and Harris, he could be president in November. Yeah, that's an idea. Chrissy Williams, I love Trump. I think I'll push for Ron DeSantis. Yeah, a bit younger, isn't he? The UK need Trump to do another 4 years to get us back on track. Mark Keane. Yeah, I like Gorbachev. I saw an interview with him the other day. Is he 90 years old now? He's got a bit getting a bit old. Question: I've been told that you can't send open pollinated garden seeds to the UK. Trump is running and will win. Cosmic Wartoad, how many innocent Russians living over here who've lost their jobs? Yeah, that's where it's not been fair. You know, the innocent people. Yeah, I'll give you that, Chris. I think she's getting a bit frail. There's talk of her moving into a place with wheelchair adaptations and all sorts of things. I think since Phillips died, she's gone downhill a bit, hasn't she? France win. Dave, we had Blair in for 3 terms. Ron DeSantis is in Skull and Bones, I heard, disappointedly. Kirky Bailey, if rationing comes back, at least we can tackle the obesity crisis. Yeah, I heard some stupid bloody headline that they were going to be fuel rationing. I couldn't believe the irresponsibility of it. I mean, that would send everybody nuts and send them all to the petrol station to drain them all dry. It's crazy. Why doesn't the UK government tell P&O they can no longer use our ports, call their bluff? I'm sure there's plenty of Scandinavian companies willing to take over. Yeah. I mean, I read that they want to replace them with cheap labour and pay them about £2.50 an hour. That's just nuts. Mikhail Gorbachev, born 1931. I have to ask Diane Abbott how old that makes him. I hope we all stop using P. That's probably the only way they're going to get the message, isn't it? Show them that we're not pleased with the way they've treated the staff and the crew. It's disgusting. I just want to wake up in the morning and hear that the Russians and the Kung Flu have gone. Wokeness has been destroyed and we can live happily ever after. Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Tippy Tappy Man is now having a dirty KFC. Yeah, Diane Abbott said she'll boycott pianos. I saw that earlier. That did make me laugh. Report from Iron Mountain, 1969. Where are we? I don't know why, but Biden hates the UK. I don't understand it. Yeah, I think he's all right with the Irish, isn't he? But it's just the UK. He's not a big fan for some reason, whereas Trump seemed to like us. Russians hate Gorbachev because when the USSR fell, they all became a lot worse off. Moldova and Estonia were good examples of poverty and destitution. The USSR was good as it kept a balance in the world. And he's 91. Daphne Lynch blew up with living in an alternative reality. Feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? And Sleepy Joe claims that he's Irish. Biden name originates from Kent. Is that Kent or can't? I'm not quite sure which way you're going with that one. Biden is Irish descent. Too friendly with the Irish. You had to tell him off when he kissed one. Yeah, did you see that the other day? That cock up where he called Kamala Harris the First Lady. She probably thought, what? I think his wife had to correct him. It was a bit of a foobar. All right, Healing Vibrations. Good night to you, and see you tomorrow. Cheers for stopping by. This is Andy the Gabby Cabby's Daily Chat, everybody. If you've just joined us, welcome, and please make sure you do that. Let's get those likes up to the ton, and appreciate your support, and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't and you've only just started watching, that'd be good as well. And all wonderful. We're on 103 likes. That's wonderful, brilliant. Ancestors were slave owners. Yeah, have you seen that that program they do every now and again about knowing your past, and then they end up finding out something they wish they never had? It's like there was a couple of these lefty types on there once that you know, they were bad-mouthing slave owners, and then suddenly found out one of their ancestors was exactly what they didn't like. It's a bit poetic in some ways. Just had a nice hot crust bun. Oh, don't, Daphne. It's a bit late for that. I should have had that earlier. Yeah, when we went to the pub earlier, we just got some picky bits, some like squid rings, some chips, king prawns, and had 2 or 3 pints. But I had to stop early because I know I was working. I didn't want to come on here drunk. That wouldn't have been a good thing. It's been 100 years how much Irish blood is actually left in the US. Yeah, it makes you wonder. I mean, there's lots of people that have an affinity with the Irish over there. My teacher said I was illiterate. I said, no, I'm not. I know both parents. I'm sure Russia and China... What's that? Sure, Russia and China have done a secret deal. You're not the only person to say that, John Harris. That's an interesting take on it. Lorna 993 is off meds and lost the plot. At least the other president with the illness, Biden, is good and loved. Yes, exactly. I think Nursey comes to see him probably. German blood is big in USA, and Irish high too much, not as much. Okay. What a combination. I never liked Trump either. Dennis, greetings from Ireland. Let's go, Brandon. That's all I can say about the current occupant in the Oval Office. Yes, I've not actually heard Let's Go, Brandon for a while, actually, Dennis. But good to see it, and you. By phone can't speak proper English, Kirky Paley. Yeah, he gets a bit tongue-tied, bless him, doesn't he? PJ Mosley, the name Biden is originally an old Kentish name. It's Saxon. Okay, never knew that. Philip Davis, border talking... oh, God, I can't read. Yes. But, yeah, that reminds me of... what's his name? Ahmed, the dead terrorist. Look up him. That's funny, that one. The Biden family were making loads of money from Ukraine when it stopped. Russia invaded with Biden's blessing. I reckon you're right. It did not archive anything. Let's Go Brandon movement, but funny though. Yeah, laugh out loud. Your wish is our command. Alan paid to Julie Baldwin. Yes. Who else we got here? I'll tell you. Oh, hang on. Mark Keane. Trump ran America like a business. He was good for America. There are plenty of Biden voters who regret their choice now. That's exactly what he did do. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what he is, isn't he? He's a businessman. And that's how he did run it. And run it he did. You know, the media, the mainstream media, were really out to get him for the whole 4-year term. And I think everyone turned on him at the elections, didn't they? And didn't want him in and wanted Mr. Sleepy in instead. And how some of those journalists have some other things to say and think we're... it was... you know, they think we've got short memories. Jeff Dunham, that's it. Walter as Biden would do a better job. Yeah, I love Walter. I think he's brilliant. I got the DVD of them indoors somewhere, and I don't think my wife has ever heard me laugh as much as I did then. Mark Keane, there appears to be plenty of Biden voters who didn't vote. Yes, there was a bit of a disparity, wasn't there, between voters and actual well, votes received and voters, I think was the thing. Chrissy Williams, Lord George Carlin is brilliant. I've often wondered how many British fought with the Americans during the War of Independence. I mean, the American Navy was run by a Scotsman. Yeah, that's a good question. That is definitely. Jingle bombs, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I sing that sometimes indoors, and it doesn't go down well with the wife. Yes, what's it? Dashing through the sand with a bomb strapped to my back. I have a nasty plan for yeah, let's not go there. Hey guys, I got through checkpoint A, but not through checkpoint B. That's when I got shot in the ass by the US military. That's a kind of snippet, but I won't sing the rest. I'll probably get in all sorts of trouble. Yeah. Medina in a fetching pink outfit, that was funny. Walter's brilliant though, isn't he? He's like this the whole time up. Really good. We can but try. I don't think so. Exactly. No, that's what's the other thing with Ahmed? I do something, he goes, you racist bastard. He's quite funny. If the name Biden is Saxon, does that make him sexist? Could be. And it's the world flat. Very good. No petrol in my biggest Asda superstore today. Quite shocking. Probably all the panic buyers. UK ground private jet to investigate Russian links as British continues to punish Putin. Well, they said they were going to basically impound anything that was around here, didn't they? Walter said women were using cordless power tools long before men. Yes. Walter has terrifying flatulence that even Ahmed is terrified of. I remember a thing they did once where who's the other guy? The other one that Jeff Dunham does. He's like the old trailer trash guy, and he comes out, well, I'm going to do that. And there was Ahmed and Walter having an argument in the trunk where he kept them, and Ahmed was scared of Walter dropping one in the trunk. That was quite funny. Dennis Kearney said, during the war, only 3% of Americans fought, 97% did nothing. How come you don't see... Yeah, that's true. PJ Mosley, did anyone know we recover LPG from Wick Farm since the 1960s non-stop? Didn't know that. Send the Starfleet to investigate, that's very true. Bubba J, that's it. I could see him, but I couldn't remember his name. Typical trailer trash kind of thing, wasn't he? That was funny. But you guessed who I was talking about because of the accent. And there's another one as well. Jose, is it? I want to say Jose, but you know, kind of a Mexican kind of thing. But Ahmed and Walter are my definite favourites. And Jeff Dunham, I think he's on YouTube, isn't he? And gets on there quite a lot. Very, very funny. The Hillbilly and the Purple Weird Monkey and the Talking Green Pepper. Yeah. Bubba J's the Hillbilly. The Purple Weird Monkey, I can't remember that name. But the Talking Green Pepper on a stick. Who say why? Yeah, exactly. Bloody brilliant. I might have to put the old Dunham DVD on, but I don't think that would go well. Harry Harlow, I wonder with Cliff Richard in the Christmas number one. Yeah, who knows? Peanut, yes. Bubba J, watching NASCAR and drinking beer. Yeah, I can't do his accent. Not pissed enough. But it's, yeah, absolutely funny as hell. Why couldn't the Paragraph join the Mexican cartel? Because he wasn't big enough to be an SA. Ed Zulu, was the 400 million spent the taxpayers on getting the Iran lady back in England worth it. I'm pleased she's safe. It's the 400 million quid that bothers me. I know exactly what you mean about that. I mean, I've seen pictures of her with her daughter. I think they were making cakes or something. And, you know, it seemed to make it all worthwhile that she was home and able to do that. But at what cost? 400 million. That was a lot of money. Putin is in the stickiest situation since the sticking set got stuck in something sticky. I think you're right, Stink Pooter, definitely. And the answer is, how does he get out of it? How does he get out of it? Rich Russians were given plenty of warning to move their assets before sanctions applied. Well, I saw a day or two before the invasion, a bloody great yacht that apparently belonged to Putin was getting moved away out of harm's way where it couldn't be gotten hold of. Hey Andy, next time you're short of drivers, why not call in a few favours or offer a few bribes to your other drivers? That's an idea. Adam Pape, he will come unstuck very soon. Yeah, definitely. Air Zulu wasn't there. Another hostage too. Can't remember his or her name. Yeah, there was a mayor, wasn't there? And I'm sure there was somebody else. I really can't remember. A Belarusian group of actors trapped in the UK have called the Home Office for help as they fear going back to the country following Russia's invasion of Ukraine will put them behind bars. See what the Home Office will do. Sweden to send arms to Ukraine. I hope they remember to include the Allen keys and helpful assembly diagrams and don't have critical screws missing. Absolutely. Listen, folks, I'm going to have to wrap this up a little bit early, only by a few minutes, because I need to go and get some shut-eye, because I've got a long old day tomorrow. I want to thank you all for coming once again, the chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. I appreciate you all turning up, and very good to see you as always. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you do that on the way out. I think we've got a good amount of likes this evening, so I appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. If you haven't done so, please consider doing that. And there are other ways you can support the channel too as well, if you so desire. I'll try and get a little bit of content on tomorrow. And I'll be on at some point with another live one. So until then, toodaloo.